Competitive Crumpet Eaters versus MOGUS. And as usual, Salem, Des Moines. Nothing special with that build for competitive Crumpet Eaters. Miss Patriot, what do we have to the south for MOGUS?
Well, okay, so Salem Des Moines versus Salem Des Moines. That's the first time we've seen that.
It is, really is. Even more interesting, the Des Moines are using the exact same build.
So I'm not surprised that Salem Des Moines is the comp for the final match.
And why is that?
Because it feels like that's everybody, and I'm using this, I'm generalizing in all sorts of manners, but I feel like it's the go-to for tier 10 cruisers. American cruisers just have a little bit of everything. They have the DPM to shoot frequently and to actually hurt things. They have the decent enough armor if they're angled to withstand incoming fire.
Huh?
They both have radars. It's not a bad choice, and they got lucky that it's the same comp versus the same comp. If they were up against a Petro or a Moskva, they'd have a little bit harder time whittling them down.
Kind of interesting seeing competitive Crumpet Eaters just both going down the 8-7 line, completely ignoring the cap. MOGUS also completely ignoring the cap. Just kind of feels weird, yeah?
Well, I don't know what your school of thought is, but I was always told cruisers and competitive bring RPF 100% all the time. And I have not seen very many RPF cruisers today.
Right.
I know these aren't press accounts like we talked about. These are boats and captains that these guys use for randoms. But even so, I keep RPF on all my cruisers. I like
Sure.
knowing where ships are, even though there's no destroyers in this match, which is generally why you have RPF. But because there are no destroyers to let you know where people are, RPF could be a huge help.
Absolutely can. As Swag over 9000 Boy is detected on Latoria's radar and gets chunked a bit from the Salem.
I like that the Salem didn't go all the way around. When the radar was popped and they realized both cruisers were on the 9 line, the John Blair turned in, started coming back. That allows him to help Latorio fend off the Salem for right now. And
Yep.
maybe even John Blair can start ticking points in the cap.
Yep. I mean, this is absolutely, at this point, a good opportunity for John Blair to get into the cap, get the free points, all that good stuff. Now, John Blair gets into the cap for MOGUS. This is huge. If he is able to cap B cap, he does. So now it comes down to, can competitive Crumpet Eaters find a way back in? I don't see it, as Radar Abuser. Oh, Radar Abuser goes down to John Blair Salem. So that's
Radar
pretty much
Abuser,
it.
he got hung up on that island and he couldn't clear it to reset John Blair.
Well, there goes
And
the
that was the difference.
Ram.
They needed the reset on him and they couldn't get.
I mean, goodness, that pretty much does it, doesn't it?